Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. The video I'm going to be doing today, I actually didn't even plan on doing it. Pretty much what led me to the idea of wanting to do it was after going to a coffee shop recently with my girlfriend to do some work. There was this roast there that I noticed on the shelf that was available for sale. And it was this one here. Ooh, oh, there we go. Ethiopian Sidamo. And the reason I picked that up was because I have this here, an Ethiopian Sidamo Hamamo bean that I've already roasted to test out and try to get a good idea of a decent roasting profile to use for when I film it with you guys. But after finding it in the store, I figured, you know what, let's taste it together, experiment, and see what similarities there may be and compare them live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack these beans open, this bag open, and I'm going to look at this bean. Obviously, I can't judge the roast profile based on the color of the bean, and obviously it says light here, but I'm going to try to match it to the closest bean color that I have here and see if I can get similarities. I'm going to use my Breville and compare that with my 9 Barista, and then I will compare a French press and an AeroPress using the same 2 beans, one being the white coffee and the other one that we think is the best similar bean to compare it with. So without further ado, let's open this bag of beans and see what it looks like. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the bag of beans up. I'm gonna pour them in here and we'll get a nice close-up of the beans together. So this was roasted on the 11th, so it's really fresh. It smells so nice too. There's a slight chance it's the same exact bean, but it's also likely that it most likely isn't. Wow, this looks nice. Okay, let's pour. It does smell similar. The coloring looks much better on these. These look bigger, actually. There are some bigger beans. Okay. These are the beans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find a bean that is as close to this appearance as possible. And my lightest bean that I roasted, I had a drop temp of 405 degrees Fahrenheit at 1048. And one exciting thing I'll do too is I started using this platform called PuckPrep, which is like a coffee roasting inventory management tool, which is really cool. I don't have the proper equipment to record a super detailed roast, so I can only record what I can capture via my phone and what I mentally took note of. But I actually may use this one. I may use this 405 degree. Size wise, here, let me get you closer. So size wise, you can see how bad my roast is too. It was super light, but at the same time, I didn't get a clean roast like this. So this is what I'm trying to perfect. Like, it's ugly looking for sure, but all my roasts turned out like this, where there's different miscoloring. So this company uses a probe app. I got to check out their roasting setup when I was speaking with one of their employees. Guy was super cool. So I'm going to have to definitely keep working on it. And when we roast this bean together, we'll do our best to try to capture this. But I'm going to use this bean for comparison, just to give you an idea. I'm going to open a 400, let's do a 412, to a 7-degree jump. So let me see, so that's that. So, you know, again, like you can see the chafe still on the bean, but it is darker. So we're not going to use that. I think the 405, the 405 will be best. And this is a 406. So same thing pretty much. I'm going to stick with the 405 though. Oh no, I can't. I can't use the 405 simply because this is all I have of it. So maybe I'll have to jump up to the 406 unless we do 2 different beans to compare to this. Let's, how much? I have plenty of 402. Okay, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna use 406 instead. So I decided we're gonna use 406 instead of the 405 simply because I just have more of it. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to get this water boiling. So I'm going to use water from my Berkey to fill this up. Okay. All right, I have that going. So I have the water on the, I have the kettle on the stove. So I'm going to roast up. I'll do my beans in the AeroPress, and I'll use the wake beans in the French press. So for the AeroPress, let's do an 11-gram weigh out for coffee, and that'll go into 200 grams of water. Right there, boom, 11. We're going to grind it at the 11 notch on the Baratza. Okay, get the filter out. I noticed with these filters from AeroPress, I feel like they're slightly too big for the AeroPress that I have. I guess it would be like a 1-cup AeroPress. Slightly like hangs over the sides. I don't know if you could see that. But it still gets the job done, so I'm not worried. All right, we have it on 11, so let's grind it up. And next we will do, I think it was 15.3 or 4 to 280 grams of water. So let's get that measured out at medium. So we're going to do it at 15. So 15.3. Let me get a little bit more. Slightly similar smells. I think mine has more of a zest to it. And I know for sure I'm gonna be wired up. Okay. This actually, hold on. Got this in here. And then we'll take the AeroPress and we will grind this in here. So I have this at the 15 notch for the barazza. Okay. We have these prepped and ready. And we do it here. All right. So next, we're gonna hold off on weighing the espresso. I want to get these at least brewed first. So we'll give this water some time to boil. Get these out of the way. And what I'll do is, because I don't want to go from pouring into one brewer and then go to the next where the water will cool down, so I'll throw it back on the stove top to heat back up again, and then I'll heat the next one up. And this way I can measure both without having to rush or anything. But we're getting close. So super excited to try it. Let me see if I can get like, yeah, okay. I do smell differences. So it could be a completely different bean. Yeah, this one smells. It smells like there's more of a sourness to it in a sense. Like a sour bitterness. I feel like after smelling this, mine is nowhere near as pronounced. But that could be because I haven't gotten that right roast profile down yet, so I'm still working on it. Okay, so kettle is ready to go for the first one. And we're gonna go for 200 grams. Okay. Oh, went a little over. Okay. Let's do the AeroPress. We're gonna go 280. Okay, 280.
Second timer. Big coffee for 4 minutes. Starting now.
Okay. So I have these set. I'm going to stir the AeroPress at 4 minutes. And at that same 4-minute mark, I'm going to break the crust on the French press. So for now, I'm going to move these to the side. So we could start getting the espressos prepped and ready. So let me get these moved over. Sweet. All right, so let's get these guys measured up. I am going to work on the 9 Barista first, and what I'll do is I'll use my roast for the 9 Barista. So first things first, let me get water in. We will put this heat plate down. I will then get water put into here. Into the water reservoir. Oh, jeez. Come on. Wrong way over here. All right. So let me fill this guy up. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow, that is hot. That got hot quick. There we go. All right, we have hot water in here. Adding the hot water, I think, is smart because it'll just help with the brew time, keeping it quicker and not over brewing or overheating the coffee when it's going through its brewing process. So what we'll do is, this is the portafilter, right? It's pretty cool. We are going to measure out. I want to say we could do. We'll do 18 grams, and we'll do it at 7. I think is fine.
Your coffee timer is up. You're setting for 4 minutes.
Okay. Next, we are going to. I just broke the crust on the French press. I stirred the AeroPress, and they're both sitting for another 4 minutes. I'm going to grind my 406-degree beans that roast at the 6 setting on the Baratza, only because I looked at my notes from my brews with my Breville, and that grind produced the better time, like brew to time ratio. So I'm gonna stick with that for this, and we'll apply that to this as well when I prep that for the Breville. So let me put the funnel on here, even though it doesn't really fit. So this is gonna be a challenge. Oh, you know what? Let's do it this way. Less stress. I'm really enjoying my single dose hopper from Cafe Maisie. I think it's sick. It just makes it so much better with that bellows and more compact without that huge hopper that comes with it. The Baratza from factory. Okay. All right. So let's get my little WDT tool. It smells nice. You know what? It does have. It has a similar scent to it. I'm really curious how this is going to compare. Obviously, I'm not trying to say my roast is as good as a professional roaster's, but I'm curious to see how the bean the beans compare, specifically the characteristics of the bean. Because if it is a similar bean, then I know if I do enjoy this roast profile from Wake, that's the profile I go for. So I have this prepped. All right. Beautiful. Enough space for this little dude. This will help secure the grinds into here, make less of a mess. It'll also act as like a puck too, which is nice. So this will come in here. And that's it. Let's throw this on here. And we're gonna heat it up. So let's now prep the Wake coffee. Now that I have my tools out, it should be easier. So we'll keep it at the 6 setting for the grind. We're gonna go for 19.5. One more bean, please. There it is, 19.5. Let's put this here. Stop. All right, we're gonna plunge the AeroPress really quick, actually. Don't mind the mess. This is it here. Look at that light color. It's actually pretty similar. Stop. Pretty similar in color. Mine looks slightly lighter. So the timer also went off for the French press, so we'll get that poured out next too. And then we'll let these sit for a little bit. I don't want to drink them when they're hot. There it is. We'll just wait for it to drain through, and then once the coffee gets through the puck, okay, the filter, I'm gonna just pull up, and that's it. I'll put this in the sink. And now for the French press, we're gonna do the little old James Hoffman method. So we'll put that on and put it right at the surface of the coffee. And I will grab my little latte mug here that I do my terrible latte pours in, my latte arts in. All right, let's get this poured out. Where is it? Oop, right here. Sorry, guys. I guess I didn't put the cap on well enough. Wow, I've made way too much coffee. Thank God I'm not going to be interacting with people today. Oh, it's going to be crazy. I'll do good on my run though, I'll tell you that. Alright, that's good enough right there. That is a lot of coffee. A lot. Let me give you guys a close-up. It's hard to tell right now, but that's both of them. Let's get back over here. Oh, have I been blocking everything this whole time? Really hope not. Okay. So again, we're gonna measure. We weighed out the Wake coffee. Oh man. Well, I just realized that Wake coffee got a great marketing opportunity right there, taking up the whole screen. All right, that's heating up, so we're gonna go quick on Actually, I'm gonna take you guys over here with me really quick. I'm a little off on my timing today. Let's check this out. Look at that. Beautiful golden color. It worked much quicker using like pre-boiled water. Much quicker. So it's gonna help tremendously with brew time. All right, she's good there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my espresso cup. Oh, making a freaking disaster over here. Nice crema on this and everything too. There we go. All right, so that's gonna be hot. Gives me enough time to prep. Gives me enough time to finish prepping my shot for the Breville. Get it turned on. Thank God this thing heats up in 2 seconds. There we go. Very good job. My tamping has definitely improved. It used to be so bad. Alright. Let's just run water really quick. And then I'll get you guys up close. Come with me. All right, what we're gonna do is zero it out. Timer's on. Let's see how this does over here. A little too fine, a little too fine. It's doable though. Little too fine. You know what? That's actually not too bad. We're at 20 seconds at 25 grams. We're gonna be okay. We're getting close to the 30. Boom. Beautiful. 39 grams, 31 seconds. I will take that. I will take that. Side by comparison, you got the Breville, Wake coffee in the Breville, and then my own roasted coffee in the 9 Barista. Obviously the crema didn't hold up as well. So with this being cooler, let's try this out first. So again, this is my own roasted coffee, Ethiopian Sidamo Hamamo GR2, so grade 2 coffee, washed. It's really good. So from Bodhi Leaf, they state that the tasting notes are caramel, hibiscus, lemon, and lime. I certainly taste like a lemon and lime combination. I feel like I do get caramel, and I really can't tell you what hibiscus is. So plausible on hibiscus. So now this is Wake coffee. Wake coffee. So they gave these tasting notes here: elderberry, bittersweet, chocolate, and herb-like black tea. So almost completely different. Very, very tea-like at like the finish. of the drink. Very similar similarities. Very similar. Very similar. I want to say it is different though. I think the next time I go into Wake Coffee, wow, this is really good. Much better roast. I don't know what Mulberry tastes like, so I can't get feedback on that. I definitely taste tea, 100%. Like it has that black tea finish. Bittersweet chocolate, you definitely get that coming through a little bit. Very good. So, mulberries are similar to blackberries and raspberries. I don't get too much of a tartness, but I don't get a overly sweetened berry. I would say it's a great combination of the both. But if anything stands out, it's the tea. The tea flavor is very strong. I like that a lot. So what I'm gonna do now is, these have been sitting. I'm going to clean out my Breville. Just gonna rinse it, and then we'll do some sips of these guys. So let me get that cleaned up, and we'll tune back in. So these are the coffees here. Ethiopian Sidamo. I use I use the French press, and then MPC roasters, because that's me. I did the AeroPress for this guy. So what I'll do is, because this one finished first, I will give this a try first, just like I did with the espresso. And I feel like there were similarities with the espresso, but I think just based on the overall experience, like going from the start to the finish, though there were similarities, I'm pretty sure it was a different bean, but it could have been from the same region, which is super common, you know. There's more than one farmer out there. Yeah, very light, very, very light. I sometimes wonder if I should put more coffee in. It's a very light amount of coffee, I feel. So I do 11 grams for 200 grams of, I do 11 grams of coffee for 200 grams of water. And let me know if that sounds right to you. I pulled that from, I think, James Hoffman or someone else recently, because I just changed up the recipe. I used to do 4 minutes brew time, but now I do 8. Maybe it was James Hoffman. I don't remember. But I do 8. So I do 4 minutes, stir it after a crust forms, another 4 minutes, and I plunge. Or I think I usually do 4 minutes and then I plunge. Okay, very, very light in flavor. I do have a lot of work to do on this roast profile, so it'll be fun to do it together with you guys. Wow, damn, I suck. So this is Wake's Ethiopian Sidamo using the French press. Obviously 2 different brewing processes, so it's really hard to compare side by side. Same thing with my 9 Barista and my Breville, like 2 different espresso brewers, but at least it was an espresso brewed coffee, whereas this is 2 different brews, like a French press and an AeroPress. I don't know how similar it is. But way better flavor profile. It tastes like a tea. I really can't wait to get my girlfriend more into this. When we were at, 2 times I got my girlfriend to say I like it when drinking a coffee, and it was both pour overs. The first time it was in Lancaster at Passenger. I ordered a pour over there of this really, really nice coffee. She liked it, which got me hyped up. I'm sure you saw it in, you will see it in one of my videos coming up soon, I think. Maybe even the next one. actually, when you see this video, it'll probably have been like 3 or 4 videos back. So you have seen it already. The next one, I didn't record it yet, but it was at my time with Wake. So one of the people who worked there, this guy, super chill dude. Like, he was so nice. We were just chatting about coffee and roasting, and I noticed that it wasn't on the menu, but they had all of these different pour over devices. I'm like, hey, like, do you guys do any pour overs? I'd love to try one. He said no, but we have Say Coffee here, the New York roaster Say. I'm happy. We were gonna do our own pour overs for ourselves. I'll make a pour over for you too. I'm like, no way. Never had Say before, and I'm getting some like nice treatment from these dudes. And I had the Say pour over, and it was phenomenal. I don't know which one it was, but I let my girlfriend try that pour over as well, and she liked that too, dude. So I think it's time for me to really get this pour over. So I've been wanting to wait until I get into our home. We've been searching, throwing offers, and haven't had any luck yet, but I might have to get it sooner. So jumping back into mine. Yeah, it's more, see, I like this one. I got way more lemon, like a lemon lime. I don't know what does hibiscus taste like?
On the website bluepacificflavors.com, they say, hibiscus flavor is a combination of tangy, slightly citrusy notes with a hint of floral sweetness, refreshing and vibrant taste experience. Cultivating hibiscus
Stop.
for flavor extraction is a task
Stop.
that demands care and attention.
Hey Google.
The Roselle plant
Stop. So Google was saying hibiscus is tangy like a citrus, but with floral notes as well. So that definitely ties into the lemon and lime taste that I'm getting. But there is like a sense of floral in there. It's really good. Really good. I really wish I could make coffee a profession of mine. I almost choked on that one. Damn, this one is so good. All right, if anyone is ever in Philly, there's a coffee roastery, Wake Coffee, that's on the outside of Philly, in the greater Philly area. I forgot the 2 locations, but if you go to their roastery location, which if you were to compare it to the center of Philly, it's the further location from the city. That location is where they roast. They have very good coffee. I feel like I never hear much about it when you search Philly. I guess specifically because it isn't a Philly roaster, like it's outside of Philly in one of the neighborhoods, the suburbs. But they're so good, dude. Like, they are very good. And this like proves it right here. This is a great cup of coffee. Great roasted coffee. You can't go wrong with Ethiopian. But are there similarities? A little bit. Not really. Same region, same size beans, similar roast profile, but mine's choppy looking. So I think we can conclude that they're different, but they both taste great. Wake Coffee's definitely nailed theirs because the flavor pronunciations is awesome in their roast. Mine has some work to do. We're gonna do it together. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna do exactly what I did with the Nicaraguan coffee that with the Ethiopian, where I'll go from light roast to medium to dark, as well as in between. So at least 5 different roast profiles, and we're gonna do them together and experience it together. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to do all of the roasts as one video, all of the cupping as one video, and then all of the tastings with espresso and French press / AeroPress. We'll do those together as well. So it'll be 3 big videos, and I'll show you guys more of the PuckPrep platform. Again, awesome platform for anyone that roasts at home. I'll leave the link in the description below for anyone that does roast at home. It's great. Like, it's fun. It's a great way to kind of compare and analyze your own roasts. You can literally time, like, do a live roast session through the app. You click create a roast and then start, pretty much, and then a timer goes off. And then if you have the capability, with mine it's hard because I have a hand roaster, so I won't be able to like input information as the roast goes on. But you could do like preheat, temperature, first crack, color change, drop temp. Like, you could do all of that. It's really cool. And what's great is their team is great to work with too. I encountered a quick problem, nothing major at all, but I wanted to share my link to one of my roasts with my friends that I've roasted for, and the share link wasn't working. So I just reached out to the support team, and literally the founder, the creator, reached back out to me and fixed it in a pinch. So super responsive team. Like, you could obviously tell, like, they want this platform to work and grow, and I love that. I love seeing people make their own creations come alive. So link in the description below. That's gonna be it for today. This will be the kickstart video to the Ethiopian roasts that we'll do together. So stay tuned for that. Excited for you guys to join me with it. And as always, I appreciate you all. So have a good one, guys.
You